Hi guys, how are we? It's another week. Um, this is so funny. I'm just gonna be honest. Like 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. I came and I sat here, and mind you, it's actually really cold in Sydney. It's so cold. I don't want to go. I don't want to go upstairs. It's warmer there, but I want to do it. I want to do this here because this is like sort of a quiet space, and yeah, and I like this space right here. But can I just tell you, I did a video that I was supposed to upload yesterday, and I sat here and I did a video about volunteering, which is something that I said I was going to talk about because I think volunteering is very well, I think it's subjective, but I think it is something good, and it is something worthwhile. Um, and it's something worth doing, because I think it has been of so much value to me, and I think it added so much value to my character, my confidence, my self-esteem, and enhance my relationships and things like that. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it because obviously I need to do another video and talk about volunteering. And the reason why I did not post that video is why I'm gonna talk about it today. So this video is actually, it's so funny. This video is about why I did not post the video I was meant to post before this. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. Now, I just sat here and I did that video on volunteering, and then I went through it and I was like, I don't like what I said. I mean, it's not like I don't like what I said, but it's like, okay, first and foremost, I started off with there was a song at the background there. And then I was like, I'm not even sure whether I should have any songs playing on my videos because then I don't want to have any copyright issues. Well, yeah. So that's one. Plus, then I felt like the video was too long. So yeah, now let me tell you what I came like it bottom line, this is what it came down to. It came down to, this is my struggle with perfectionism. uh for some of my close friends, they know that I've made some of my friends do like personality tests, and I love it because then I get to know them as much as they get to know me. And I've done a couple of them this year actually. I've done a couple of them with my friends. I think I've done it with Rachel, I've done it with Brian, I've done it with a couple of my friends. It's so bad, like for my friends to have to go through this. But I think the thing about people who are in my life, it's almost like people who are in your life, it doesn't mean like, because sometimes opposite attracts, but it's good to have people who you share value, or the things that mean something to you, they mean something to them as well, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I just find it fascinating to do the personality test, because then it tells you a bit about yourself, and it is scientific obviously, but and I mean we can go in depth about. And for me, obviously, I don't even think I need a personality test to tell me who I am. Like I said, in Christ, I'm complete, and I know who I am in Him, and I think that should be final. And then I just think I have an option to have a scientific side of it as well, to know like what why I think the way I think, sorry, and why I do things the way I do them. But I just realized that I'm really, I'm my worst critic. Like I don't even need critics out there. I'm my worst critic. I go hard on myself. I'm very tough on myself. Sometimes I'm like, the way, how you're told, like, would you love other people to treat you the way you treat yourself? Would you love other people to talk about you the way you talk about yourself? And I think sometimes I really don't. I'm very hard on myself, and I don't think I should. There's no reason to why I should. Well, I am a work in progress. So there you go. That's the work that is in progress. But the reason why I wasn't able to post that video, and the reason why I felt some type of way, like I really felt guilty of not posting it, because I feel like it is overdue. Obviously it was. But I looked at it and I kept like just seeing everything wrong with it as opposed to just seeing everything good in it. But like I said, it is a topic that I'm going to talk about, so I will still sit down here and do another video on volunteering. But let me tell you, so what I did was I went on a search, and probably I'll call it a research. I didn't do an assignment, but like assessment, but it was really an assignment. Like, I just wanted to know what the world out there, what is out there about perfectionism, because I feel like people who, if you have done a personality test, and let me know if you have done a personality test, and if you want to do one, let me know. I'll send you the link. I love people around me doing personality tests. But one thing I discovered about my personality, one of the weaknesses, that are there, is perfectionism. And this is something that people in, I am in the INFJ personality. For those who know the acronyms, it's advocate personality. And there are people there are people I have seen, they have done a lot in the world, and they obviously inspired me, and who are in that same category. Nelson Mandela is there, Mother Teresa is there. So I just feel like, okay, it's all right. Nobody is perfect, and I take solace in knowing that, in my imperfection, I am still perfect in God's eyes. And I'm self-sufficient. I'm self-sufficient in God's sufficiency. It is a lot of anyway. So this is what I took out of doing the research, because I wanted to know why I sat down here and did that video and I couldn't upload it, and I just didn't find it perfect, which is so weird because it's nothing like perfect. So what I found out is perfectionism is a hoax. You know what it reminded me of? Oops. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of how, I know this it's really, I'm going to digress with this, but clearly Donald Trump called COVID-19 a hoax. So that's just what I remembered. I don't even know why see, this is perfectionism. The fact that I can see it from the video is like that. I want to bring it back to where it should be, and I think it's an issue of perfectionism. Anyway, I guess now that's what I'm thinking about. Every part of my brain is in it. Let's not waste time trying to do that. But what I was saying is, that's what I saw. It's actually an attainable goal. It's a goal that you set for yourself, and you can never attain it because nobody is perfect. And I just thought, wow, it's like almost everything that I'm going through at the moment is just intertwined. Every single aspect of my life, my work, every single area of my life right now is pointing me towards, I need to come to gather myself together, to gather these three people, me, myself, and I. We have to go in a meeting, and that's what we have been doing that's what we did the last 2 days. We gathered ourselves and we wanted to find out, why is perfectionism just, why am I finding blocks and things happening in my life that I can tell perfectionism has something to do with it? First and foremost, and I'm telling you, I'm not even making up stuff. This is purely coincidental. The book that I've been telling you that I'm reading, and honestly, this book it's been amazing. I'm not a quick reader. I'm actually an avid reader, but I'm not a quick reader because I like to grasp everything. Some people are quick readers and they read quickly and they grasp. For me, I can say I'm slow, like which is the slowest animal? Is it called sloth? I'm not like a sloth, but definitely its cousin or something like that. But I read slowly. I'm a slow reader because I want to understand every concept, and I want to get into the author's mindset and understand what they were saying and why they said it the way they said it. So imagine if I had to analyze all that, when will I get to page 20? Anyway, so the page that I was reading on Brene Brown's Dare to Lead, it's actually a whole page. She's talking about perfectionism, driving perfectionism and fostering fear of failure. And in the meantime, I'm on that page, I'm reading that, and I'm dealing with not being able to post a video. So this is what I took out of some of the points that I wrote down. And this, mind you, this is from different sources. Some of the sources I don't even know whether I wrote them down. But, different. So this shows you that this is actually a topic that many people have dived into or have done research on. Perfectionism nearly always has its roots in our desire for acceptance and fear of rejection. It can be a convenient excuse not to do something hard. I don't know why I chose to do laundry right now. It's actually too noisy. Hey. Okay, let's move on. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so it has a root cause, and it's almost like a bondage. It's almost like you're in bondage, a need to earn others' approval through perfectionism. Wow, that's loud. I hope you're going to just understand me. I'm sorry. In God's eyes, we have been perfected by virtue of being joined to Jesus by faith, which frees us from needing to earn His or anyone else's approval. So perfectionism is a ponderous weight we must lay aside. It is actually a weight when you're really trying to be perfect. Because I thought, why do I actually want to be perfect? For what? Like, who am I trying to please here? Am I trying to please myself? Am I trying to please my mother? Am I trying to please someone else? My friends, my people who are watching? Who am I trying to please when I really want to do things in a methodical way? I really, yeah. Anyway, I came up, there's one of all the writers I was looking at their materials, one of them came down to the story of, I don't know whether you guys have read the story of Martha and Mary of Bethany. So these were two sisters, and they had a brother called Lazarus. So this story is in the Bible. And so Lazarus was actually a really close friend of Jesus, and so at the time they lived together. So Jesus came visiting, and this is now how the story talks, because sometimes when I give stories of that party, it sounds like I was there. I obviously wasn't there, but Jesus came, and so they're sitting there, and he's giving them stories, and they're having a chat. And Martha is more worried about what is Jesus going to have. So she's more worried about setting up the table, probably looking at the best culturally. Atafuta zile vijiko hakuna mtu ametumia. Let me try to use the spoons and the forks that nobody has used before. Anajaribu, like, trying to really perfect it, trying to make the table nice, trying to make the best food, best meal. Meanwhile, Mary, the sister, is just sitting at Jesus' feet. She's just there, just chilling. She's not stressed. And when I read that story, I felt like I was Mary. I felt like I was Martha. Like I would be in her situation. I would be the one going to the kitchen, trying to clean up everywhere before Jesus came, trying to set up the table, trying to make sure the food is yummy, and so this writer was saying Mother was probably setting higher standards for herself more than Jesus was setting for her. And I was like, that is powerful. And only one thing, so according to Jesus, the only one thing he needed Okay, according to Jesus, he pointed out Mary to Martha and told Martha she just need Mary as an example because Mary represented peace and rest. While Mother was all over the place, like, I'm stressed, oh my god, I don't know, kuna chakula enough, is there enough food, is there enough water, are the spoons clean, you know, being detailed and just killing yourself for nothing. So I understood that it's not just a problem that we are going through, or I am going through right now. A mother from the Bible, that is way long time ago. So if she had this, if she was going through this, you know, I mean, then it is normal. But I think I want to improve. I don't want to have to feel like I'm, like it said, it's almost like you're in like a bondage, like you really want to perfect everything. And sometimes it's okay not to be perfect. It's all right. Let me tell you one example I remembered when I was going through this. I was just remembering how at uni we could have assignments due, and I know that they're probably due maybe in a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks. I would start the assignment so early, like maybe, let's say if it's due next month, the beginning of next month, I will start it mid this month, and I will still submit that assignment at, let's say it's due on 16th, I will still submit it on 15th midnight. I mean, few minutes before midnight. Because I will still be trying to change things till the last minute. I'm one of those people. And thank God I still used to pass, but I can tell you, so I'm gonna go through all the things that I wrote today because I think they are very powerful. This is all my lesson, and I hope if it relates with you. So I learned that in Greek, perfect this they call it teleos. It means brought to its end, completed, or perfect. That to me meant if I'm trying to make things perfect, I'm trying to bring things to a completion. Like, who am I? Who am I? And does that mean then that I have no room for growth? Like I will complete something that now that's perfect, should be kept there. Then that means I'm not going to continue learning. So it's actually a deficit more than it is I don't know, it is actually a deficit in my life. So completion is the work of God. Absolutely. I think it's only God who can complete things. Not I think, I'm certain he's the only one. And so this I loved. So perfectionism as we know it as human beings is others' perception of us. So when I really want to be perfect, I really don't know. Is it like it's almost like an idolization of something that doesn't exist, something that is unattainable. But instead the focus should be in our heart, is in our heart's posture towards God. So to Brené Brown's book, maybe let me say a couple of things that she said. Perfectionism is not the same thing as striving for excellence, which I probably was confusing, or maybe I have always thought all my life that perfectionism has something to do with striving for who. So when I'm trying to be perfect, I'm saying that, I'm on pursuit for excellence, which is completely flawed. It's actually is a defensive move. Perfectionism is not self-improvement, and I guess that's what I was talking about. Like, if I'm trying to pursue perfectionism, or that art or that being perfect, then am I not going to improve? Am I not going to grow myself? So healthy striving is self-focused. Perfectionism is other focused. Healthy striving is self-focused. How can I improve? While perfectionism is other focused. How will other people think? What will other people think? So it is actually a hustle. Perfectionism is a hustle. Who would have thought? It's a hoax, it's a hustle, it's an unattainable goal. It's everything I really don't want in my life. And I hope in yours too. Perfectionism is not key to success. It actually is not. And she's saying that through research, they found out that Perfectionism is correlated. It has a relationship with it has a correlation with depression, anxiety, addiction, life paralysis, and missed opportunities. The fear of failing and making mistakes, not meeting people's expectations, and being criticized keeps us outside the arena where healthy competition and striving unfolds. Wow, that's huge. Perfectionism is not a way to avoid shame. Perfectionism is a function of shame. Wow. So what she's saying, her definition of, so Brené Brown definition of perfectionism, it is self-destructive and it is addictive. I have to agree with that. It obviously fuels, if I look perfect, I do everything perfectly, I can avoid being or minimize the painful feelings of shame and blame and judgment, which is not always the case. You strive for perfection, but you can, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is what I discovered. If I find flaws in myself, but I still have to live with myself, wouldn't it be better if I just say, okay, I am perfect the way I am. You know what I mean? Like, I have flaws and I work towards building them, but that's okay, because that's how you learn, that's how you grow, that's how growth comes about. But also the idea of you cannot please people. You cannot live a life of trying to fulfill perception of something external, something out of you, outside of yourself. It is obviously addictive, and perfectionism actually sets us up to feel shame, judgment, and blame, which then leads to even more shame and self-blame. It is my fault I'm feeling this way because I'm not good enough. Wow. So I'm telling you, what I took out of this is I am good enough. And I chose to tell myself that if I sit down here and I do a video, no matter how it looks, I'll still post it, because I think what matters to me is the intention I have. And I think I've come to understand that my purpose with this page is more, I'm really trying to be expressive and not to be impressive, because impressive has, it does correlate with perception. If I'm thinking about how I'm going to look, how I'm going to sound, who am I trying to please, who am I trying to impress, and then I'm losing the focus, I'm losing the point. So I think, back to the drawing board. This is what I gathered. I am striving for, I'm striving to be expressive, to express my thoughts, to express my take on different things that I want to tackle within this page. And also, in the morning I listened to another affirmation video, and it really touched my heart, and I really want to get done before in 2 minutes. So I took these things. Don't be dependent on others' validation. You don't need somebody else's praise. I would rather have God's approval than people's approval. God can make things happen. The power that others have over you is the power you give them. My value comes from my Father up above. So I think what I've taken out of this research I've done in these past 2 days, and how I felt like I failed myself when I did not post that video the day before yesterday, was I've learned that it's okay, that there is nobody who is perfect, and perfection is an illusion. And because I don't want to live in an illusion, or illusion, I'd rather live in reality, and I would rather feel everything I am and everything I am not, everything I am trying to be. I'd rather live in that truth, because I think authenticity at the end of the day is better than anything else. But more so than that is knowing that in God I am perfect, and I'm not going to try and make anything perfect. So let me know if anything that I've said today just resonated with you. I know I wish that I could um no, let me not wish anything. Like, I think I'm all right. If with my imperfection, I should be fine with those, and just strive to grow, and strive. My mentor always says strive for progression, not for perfection. So I am striving for progression. That's what I'm working towards. So with that, I want to stop here, and I want to wish you a lovely week, and I hope this video will make you, like, let me know what, I mean, it will spark something in your brain. Let me know what you get out of it, if it makes it, even if it makes any sense. All right, God bless. Bye.